Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of February 26, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. Center Group of Forces. This group made substantial gains along the front line, defeating 5 mechanized and assault brigades, an assault regiment, a special forces brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades across several settlements including Myrylyabovka and Zverivo. Ukrainian losses included over 325 servicemen, 2 tanks, including a Leopard tank, 2 armored combat vehicles, including a Max Pro, a pickup truck, and 2 artillery pieces.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, your trusted source for the latest developments on security and defense operations involving military forces. I'm your host, and today we have an exclusive interview with Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, who will provide insights into the progress of the special military operation as of February 26, 2025. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's start with the overall picture. What are the primary developments in the operation over the past 24 hours?
The operation continues to progress with success. Our forces have engaged Ukrainian formations across multiple regions, securing more advantageous positions while eliminating enemy personnel and equipment. In the Kharkiv direction, our North Group of Forces engaged Ukrainian mechanized and territorial defense brigades in Volchansk, Dalsik, and Zolokiv, resulting in significant Ukrainian losses, including more than 30 servicemen, 2 tanks, an armored combat vehicle, 4 other vehicles, 3 artillery pieces, and a Grad multiple launch rocket system combat vehicle.
That sounds like a major engagement. How does this impact Ukraine's defensive capabilities in that area?
The losses sustained by Ukrainian forces in this sector weaken their ability to mount effective counteroffensives. The destruction of tanks, artillery, and defensive equipment means their forces are becoming stretched thinner, making it increasingly difficult for them to hold the front lines.
The West Group of Forces has also been active. What progress has been made there?
Our West Group of Forces improved their tactical positions by engaging 2 mechanized brigades, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade in areas including Kupiansk, Petrovpavlivka, and Zelenigai. Ukrainian forces suffered over 200 personnel losses, and we destroyed 8 vehicles and 2 field artillery guns. Additionally, we eliminated 2 Ukrainian electronic warfare stations, Zakostay F and Enclave, and an ammunition depot, further disrupting their communications and supply chain.
That's a substantial disruption to Ukraine's battlefield coordination. What does it mean for their ability to sustain combat in this region?
The destruction of electronic warfare stations significantly impacts their ability to jam our signals and coordinate battlefield operations. Without these systems, their units become more vulnerable to our artillery and drone strikes, and their capacity for real-time intelligence gathering is diminished.
Let's move to the southern front. How are operations unfolding there?
The Southern Group of Forces secured strategic positions while engaging 3 Ukrainian mechanized, mountain assault, and airmobile brigades in Seversk, Alexandropol, Nikolaivka, Konstantinovka, and Chasiv Yar. Ukrainian forces lost up to 185 servicemen, along with a Strela 10 anti-aircraft missile launcher, a vehicle, and 3 field artillery guns. Additionally, an electronic warfare station and an ammunition depot were destroyed, further weakening their operational capacity.
Given these losses, how is Ukraine responding in this sector? Are they reinforcing their positions?
Ukraine is attempting to move reinforcements into critical positions, but with supply chains disrupted and defensive structures weakened, their ability to hold ground is deteriorating. Their losses in anti-aircraft and electronic warfare systems make them more vulnerable to our aerial strikes and artillery fire.
The Center Group of Forces has seen some of the heaviest engagements. Can you provide an update on that front?
Yes, our center group of forces successfully improved our frontline positions by engaging 5 Ukrainian mechanized and assault brigades, an assault regiment, a special forces brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades. This occurred in areas such as Myrylyabovka, Zvarivo, and Novo-Alexandrovka. Ukrainian forces suffered over 325 personnel losses and lost 2 tanks, including a German-made Leopard tank, 2 armored combat vehicles, including a US-made Max Pro armored car, a pickup truck, and 2 artillery pieces. These engagements significantly weakened Ukrainian defensive capabilities in this region.
The destruction of a Leopard tank is a notable loss for Ukrainian forces. How does this impact their ability to conduct armored operations?
The Leopard tank is a modern Western-made armored vehicle, and each loss further diminishes Ukraine's ability to conduct large-scale mechanized offensives. With continued pressure and destruction of their armor, they are increasingly forced to rely on older or repurposed equipment, which is far less effective against our forces.
The East Group of Forces has also been advancing. What is the latest from that sector?
Our East Group of Forces continue to push deeper into Ukrainian defenses, engaging their mechanized and territorial defense brigades in Andriivka, Berlitskoye, and Guliapol. Ukrainian forces suffered 175 personnel losses, and we destroyed an armored combat vehicle, a car, for field artillery pieces, including a Polish-made Krab 155mm self-propelled artillery unit and an ammunition depot.
What about the Dnieper Group of Forces? What role have they played in the past 24 hours?
The Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted heavy losses on 2 Ukrainian mechanized brigades, a mountain assault brigade, and 3 coastal defense brigades in areas such as Stepnoy, Poniatowka, and Dniprovskoye. Ukrainian forces suffered up to 90 personnel losses, and we destroyed 7 vehicles, an artillery piece, an electronic warfare station, and a counterbattery radar station.
With so many simultaneous operations, how has Russian air power supported these advances?
Our operational tactical aviation, missile forces, and UAV strikes have been instrumental in targeting military airfields, warehouses storing UAVs, and concentrations of Ukrainian personnel and equipment. Over the past 24 hours, our forces successfully struck 139 key targets, severely impacting Ukraine's logistical and operational capabilities. Additionally, our air defense systems shot down 5 French-made Hammer-guided bombs, 19 Czech-made Vampire multiple launch rockets, and 185 UAVs.
Let's turn to the Kursk region. What are the latest developments there?
In the Kursk direction, our North Group of Forces liberated the settlements of Orlovka and Pogrebki. Ukrainian forces suffered over 270 personnel losses in the past 24 hours. We also destroyed 2 armored personnel carriers, 13 armored combat vehicles, 26 cars, 8 artillery pieces, a mortar, a reconnaissance radar station, 12 UAV control points, and 2 ammunition depots. We will continue advancing and securing strategic positions while disrupting Ukrainian supply lines and degrading their military infrastructure. As Ukrainian losses mount and reinforcements become harder to sustain, we anticipate further weakening of their operational capabilities in the near future.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. NATO-backed M23 rebels in eastern DRC are being accused of killing and recruiting children. Congolese black civilians are becoming targets as rebels impose the rule of the gun in the city of Goma. The UK is suspending bilateral aid to Rwanda over the Congo conflict. Tens of thousands of people are protesting in Ethiopia against the decision to dissolve regional forces.